What's good, y'all? What's good? What's goody? um, I ain't gonna lie. I really want to talk about this Timbaland thing, bro. I haven't seen the whole video because apparently they did a live stream, right? And I was like, shit, I might as well react to that. You feel me? Where's your crew? Oh, the homies ain't here today. They're gonna be here this week though. What's good? Hello, I'm in Spain. Hey, shout out Josh, shout out Sunny with chance of sunshine. Crispy Gusto in Spain right now. Shout out to him. Shout out to him. You feel me? Shout out to Xavier. You feel me? Shout out JP. See what I'm saying? But yeah, I really want to talk about this Timbaland shit. I really do. I want to talk about this Timbaland shit for real. Because this AI thing, y'all already know how I get down. This AI thing, I know it's bigger than just some music shit. I know it is. You feel me? And I want to have that discussion. I think that live is going to carry me through the discussion, right? Like, just I know there's going to be points made that's going to bring up what I want to talk about. So the plan is to watch that and allow that to happen. What's good? AG55, McConan, what's good? Lee Suve, what's good? Jefferson, was good? Denzel Blue was good. Spy from EV, what's up? Westside Piff was good. Detroit in the house. Yo, what's up, Jalopy? One of the best creators. That's love, bro. Appreciate you, James Edwards. Special Not Rare, King Boy. Who you really think to the Austin's trash, bro? Worse than Carter 6? T-DOS. What acronym is that? I'm going to the Toronto show, bro. Ain't nothing happening to stop it. Roheezy, what's good, my boy? What's good, Roheezy? Hey, if y'all ain't know, Roheezy in the chat, my boy, a battle rapper. He could rap for real. What's good, fam? New to your chat, but I watching. I appreciate you, dog. This like the 5th soft launch of an AI artist. Listen, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all, dog. I remember my last video, I was saying, like, bruh, I think I feel like they was trying to line Kendrick up in that battle. And I think the tailor-made shit was much more than Drake being disrespectful. I don't think that was his own decision to do AI. I feel like that was a commercial for AI for real. AI push gives you clue to who had taken over the industry. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think a lot of this stuff that's been going on is really based on, like, there's a huge shift going on because of this battle. I think it's a scary place to think about where this shit was gonna go, bro. Like, the implications on this shit is hot, it's heavy. Your video about the Wayne grooming was very insightful. Hey, I appreciate that, bro. There was some people on like I said, keep speaking about the white supremacy that Drake been operating in. Oh, yeah. I also want to say something real quick, too. I don't believe that just because you recognize white supremacy, that means you should be walking around with your head down or confused about everything and move on. No. It's just to navigate the playing field that you're in. You feel me? That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? I think white supremacy is an attack on white people as much as it is on black people. That's what white people don't know. You feel me? The everyday white person thinks they're better than a black man with money and all that. The everyday white person is convinced, not every white person, don't take that wrong, but I mean the racist white person is convinced, even if they aren't totally racist outwardly, they are convinced that they are either on the same level or above the black man, no matter where he's at. This feeds into white supremacy because white people, there's a lot of white people that would rather destroy everything that they have than really authentically share it and share experience with other people. That's what people don't get. You feel me? It's just as much of an attack on white supremacy on white people as it is black people. But white people are convinced that it's not. So it's not to think, oh, because we've been talking about white supremacy a lot, that all of a sudden we got this disdain for white people in general. No. They're victims too. You see what I'm saying? But their victimhood is perpetuated onto us. Our victimhood is perpetuated on each other. That's what it is. You see what I'm saying? They think some white people think as long as they are within their tone and their whiteness and all that, they're good. Not realizing, nigga, they got you. They on your ass too. This shit, nigga, they don't give a fuck about you. For real. They give a fuck about you as much as they can use you as a pawn to cover up everything else. One day, motherfuckers gonna wake up and realize, oh, wait a minute, this shit, it's a little more than skin tone. The system is just crafted to keep people in that position. The system is crafted that way, but it's about way more than skin tone. Way more than skin tone. Way more than skin tone. This shit get deep. This shit get deep. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because I don't separate what we're talking about from this AI shit. I don't. I really don't. White supremacy targets class more than anything else. Right. The idea, right? And that's the tricky thing. That's why it's so genius. Like the way they put this together is very genius, right? You got the everyday white person who would believe because they're white, they're better. So because of that, they ignore all the things that are done wrong to them. They figure as long as I have my whiteness, I don't give a fuck what happens to me. But they don't think about it that way. But that's really what it is. Because y'all, a lot of these niggas getting fucked. We don't got no, where the middle class at? You either the 1% or you're not. At this point, you either the 1% or you're fucking not. There's nothing else to talk about. You're either the 1% or you're not. Okay? But they keep playing this out, this system, and people are, you know what I'm saying? People are falling for it. This shit is just as much of an attack on us as it is them, but they don't understand it. That's all. So it's not that I hate white people or that we should hate white people or nothing like that. It's to recognize where we are on the field and play accordingly. I can go outside and recognize that this everyday white person I'm walking across, I don't have to assume that they have some ill will towards me unless I'm seeing it, right? But in greater vicinity, that's when you start seeing the dynamics. In greater vicinity, where it's 50 white people and 50 black people, and that's when you start seeing the dynamics, because naturally we almost subconsciously fall right into those pockets. That's what the conditioning is. That's what the conditioning is. You just autopilot fall into the stereotypes that they created. Crazy. What's up, Holly? What's good, Holly? Racism is systematic. Exactly. And they try to get you to think that it's social, so you spend your whole time fighting social battles. They do it. They don't even do it to just us no more. They do it to everybody now. They want you fighting social wars. They don't want you fighting systemic wars. They want you fighting social wars. But you got to get your mind right to even start to imagine, because it's all about imagination. The one thing they want to take away from you is your imagination. If they can suppress your imagination, they can suppress any possibility of revolt. Because revolution is very imaginative. It's very creative. So they have to stunt that. You see what I'm saying? So they get motherfuckers fighting social wars. And the social wars do play a part in the systemic wars. Don't get me tricked. Don't get me wrong. But, you feel me? They want us fighting culture wars to the actual shit. I'm saying, and the thing is, these culture wars are actually the first step sometimes, I think, in this situation, because while it's not good because of the propaganda, you at least get to see everybody. That's the first step. If you can see the playing field, that's all you need. Then we go from there. We haven't been able to see the playing field this whole time. We can't see the playing field. You feel me? I think there was a point in hip hop where I wasn't alive, but just from doing my history, there was a point in hip hop where it felt more like a bubble than it does today. Well, it felt more like a conversation that can only be had between me and you. But now, you know what I mean, through the commodification, it don't feel like that. It don't feel like there's no barriers, no protection, no nothing. Best way to show people is pull up history when it's happened already. So they won't creatively fight back. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to this motherfucking to this AI shit real quick. Because I'm very interested. I have not seen this yet. You feel me? Yes, it was amazing. I remember it, and it's the reason I literally stopped listening. Okay. Based on my what I've studied, that's how it seemed to me. So I'm glad you was able to confirm that for me, Holly B. I appreciate you, okay? And we just now recognizing what this shit, bro. That's why I had to talk about this AI shit. Because I think it all falls under the same umbrella. I know it does. It always fucking does. Let me know if y'all can hear this.
I need better lighting. What's going on, man? I'm at my mama house. You know what I'm
saying? For real.
One in the chat if y'all can hear that.
For real. Everybody, wait for everybody to get in. Come on now. This is what y'all been waiting for.
Go inside and get yourself something cool.
This what we talking about, right? Y'all got they cussing me out, telling me this, telling me that. I got Guru, he got they. My brother would love.
My brother.
But I said, you know what? He's the best one to like, goddamn, break it down, help, get in my ass.
No.
Not really. Not know what you're saying.
Let's move forward.
With love, right? But I also was like, I have kids.
And what I did, I started learning more and more how to become a prompt operator. So I never trained off of, you can't train it. It has to learn you. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn how to prompt to get the best product out of this tool. So it's not about training it. It's about you learning how to work with it. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Learning code, learning like, okay, if I say, yo, I call it Baby Timbo. So if I say Baby Timbo, I need my 808 to hit a little harder. I ain't make it hit harder. The one that, like, now remind you, I'm giving it original Timbo beats. So it's not like I'm using it to generate how I call that the karaoke side, right? I call that like, mom and whatever. But I give it all my, cause Guru, I got drives and drives of music. That's number one. So I give it my beats that's like, I can reimagine my beats. But in order to reimagine, you have to learn how to prompt. And I'm like, yo, this text to music is going to be a new wave. But it was aggravating to me because I said, yo, this ain't music. This ain't blah, 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 blah. But I'm like, yo, this is a way to get inspired and never be blocked.
And let's pause there.
Listen, bro, why humans, I was thinking about this the other day. Our need for convenience, and I'm talking to myself too, but for humans, our chase for convenience is the core problem of a lot of shit out here, bro. Our need for convenience. He just said how to get blocked. This is how you never get blocked. Nigga, you're a human being. Allow yourself to have a block. A lot of the time, the block isn't just because your brain don't work no more. It's because something you're doing right now isn't working. Change up your routine. Change up your, you know what I mean? Use the human element to get unblocked. Why do we always gotta find a way to make shit overly convenient? Niggas don't want to this is what I'll be talking about. That imagination, like it takes your imagination. Why do humans want to? They want us to turn our imagination off so fucking bad. That should tell you everything you need to know. Jody Boyd, appreciate you for the super chat. That's love. Absolutely your channel. Absolutely love your channel, nephew. Thank you. Flying from Atlanta to Toronto, June 12th. Sheesh. Oh, man, that's going to be a movie. That's going to be a movie. You lucky. You lucky you get to go. That's tough. That's one of the ones I wanted to go to for real. But appreciate you. But yeah, exactly. Why didn't he just make the 808 hit harder? Nigga, you do it. You feel me? Now I'm not sitting here saying like, okay, AI in general is bad. Like we deal with AI every day at this point. You see what I'm saying? I think you got to have so much more self-control because of AI. You feel me? But like, I'm not saying AI is a bad thing, but I think in music, you're playing a dangerous fucking game, especially when we talk about using this shit as vibration. But
Tim, like, so one of the things that I wanted to explain to people, right? Like, we wanted to make sure, this is me as a professor, as a teacher, you know, I'm
Sure.
over there. Jay gave me the green light, and we over there with LIU, with the university, right? So it's us teaching musicians, not only just regular music or how to play, but the business and all of it. So one of the things that I'm big on is not giving a fourth grader a calculator, right? I want you to learn how to add first. So I think one of the things that people are skipping over is that you put in your...
Not giving a fourth grader a calculator is so real. It's so real. And it's crazy to me. We've gotten to this point in society where like that even got to be explained in that way.
One of the things that I'm big on is not giving a fourth grader a calculator, right? I want you to learn how to add first. So I think one of the things that people are skipping over is that you put in your hours of learning your craft.
Yes.
Right? And I also, it's big for me where I'm like, certain people will have opinions that maybe have one song, never have done anything, where it's just like, no, Tim has put in his hours. So I wanted to make sure that that was clear, because that was one of the things that was bugging me out, because I'm like, Tim, and I think I put that, one of the things I said was I let off with love, right? But I also was like, I have kids that worship you. When I say worship, it's like a worship. They like, Tim was who raised me. And I want to make sure that the kids don't have a calculator before they learn how to add. That's my biggest thing. So I want to make sure that they know 1 + 1 = 2, 2 × 2 = 4, exactly, before they get to the count. So of course, and the people that was coming at me was like, Goo, if you work at a Fortune 500 company and you the accountant, you're not going to do this by hand. You're going to use a calculator and a computer. That's why we have these tools. And I'm like, I get it, but I learned how to add first. So I think that's necessary for us to say, like, you learned how to add before you went to the calculator.
There you go. I had 30 years of experience. 30 years of experience. So now there's a tool to take my 30 years and multiply that. Because you know how many beats I have on a drive just sitting there, I don't touch. This tool has allowed me to be even more creative than I've ever been, because it's like I can reimagine and tell and prompt and tell a snare to go over here, versus me going on my Ableton and doing it. Maybe take me a little longer, but then what I do is get the stems and put it back, and it's like one hand wash. It's going back and forth. You know, it's like back in the day when I had a 4-track. I'm just overdub. It's just me being.
But Tim, stay there, and not to cut you off. But do you realize how much muscle memory you had to use when you was using a 4-track? Like how much you had to go through, how hard it was. So there's a couple of people, and I'm not calling these names out just for nothing, but it's just like, yo, when I heard, and again, you're gonna see me look down at my notebook, because that's how important this is to me. For the people that don't know me, I write things down. I made notes, you know what I'm saying? I got a bunch of notes because that's how important it is for me. So one of the things that one of my guys said was he heard Mickey say something, right? Where he was like, yo, music is hard to make. And I was like, yeah, it's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be something.
Are you damn right? It's supposed to be hard.
It's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be something you gotta learn. It's supposed to be something that you gotta put a lot of time into.
Yeah.
I'm not with the T-ball. I'm not with the like participation award. I'm not with that. Everybody gets a part. No, we don't get a participation. This is why we have grant.
That's tough. Because listen, I think we forgetting. We got to the point. You know what? I hate to talk about basketball real quick, but I just want to. I literally had this conversation last night. We was talking about sports and all this shit, right? And somebody was like, bro, ring culture has made people look at basketball the wrong way. And I'm like, nigga, when you said ring culture, did you mean winning? Is that what you meant to say? Winning? Are you saying ring? That's what you meant to say, is winning. We've gotten to the point where the levels of things and winning and working to be better and be the best and all this shit, it's not at the forefront a lot no more at this point. Everybody want a participation trophy. You see what I'm saying? It's like everybody want to find a quick, fast way to get shit done. You see what I'm saying? I just don't think that AI should have a place in music. Now, somebody said something that I really liked that I wish I would have put up, right? Where they said that hip hop has always used technology to advance. And this is true. You feel me? But I think this ain't just, you know what I mean? This is a little different. Okay, we start talking about signing AI artists and shit. Niggas is doing too fucking much. Now you're threatening everybody that loves to make that has a vision of going to the industry and making something happen. You see what I'm saying? And imagine at the cheat codes, imagine all the different things that could come from AI being a standard. You see what I'm saying? I feel like no matter what these motherfuckers are trying to, at any cost, they don't want you to feel anything. They don't want you to feel anything. That's really what this shit is about. They don't want you to feel anything but feelings that benefit the narrative and the agenda. They don't want you to feel. They don't want you to have time to feel. They don't want you to have time to compress. None of that. Because if you start sitting down and looking at this shit, anybody who have enough time to sit down and look at this shit is going to start asking questions. You feel me? Anybody is going to start asking questions if you got time to look at this shit. They don't want you to have time to look at shit or feel nothing. And that's why motherfuckers is like, why are people responding to a song like Luther, right? Like Kendrick Lamar. Why are people responding to a song like that way? Why are people responding to the Luther music video so great? It's because it reminding people of like authentic connection, hugging, eye contact. You feel me? Speaking from the heart, being vulnerable. Like none of this was in the music for a while. At the mainstream level, for a while, none of this was in the music. Because they don't want you to feel nothing. You feel me? Like, and I think this AI shit is another thing. If AI music becomes the norm, the AI can't do what we do. I don't give a fuck what prompt you put in there. AI can't do what we do. There's certain things that AI can't do on a track that somebody else, that a human can do on a track. That's the difference. But if people get comfortable with AI music, the number one vibration has been completely controlled. completely controlled and diluted if it ever get to that point. You feel me? Yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy.
Grammys. You know what I'm saying? This person is the best of the best of the best. We don't give out participation awards just because you win this thing. You got to win. You got to come in this thing and like really figure out what the game is, how to make the best music, how to work in the industry. So I'm like, it's supposed to be hard, bro. It ain't supposed to be easy. Now, with that said, if there's certain tools that make it easier, I understand that. My whole thing is just to not replace the human work. Them hours that you got to put in of learning an instrument, all the things that a kid gets from learning guitar, learning piano, learning, you know, how to work with people. It's the same thing as sports. It's like sports ain't just for the win. Sports is for you to learn how to work with people, learn how to be under a coach. You, Tim, as the coach of coaching Aaliyah, coaching Genuine, coaching Missy. As great as Missy is, you was the coach.
Yeah.
They had to learn how to go with that. I think that's the point that's getting missed with people not understanding what you're doing. And that's why I had questions, and that's why I came on here to ask my brother these questions in a respectful manner. We're going to be respectful all night. And that's for the internet. That's not for you. That's for the internet.
I love that, Guru. More of that. More respect, more fellowship, more conversation without disrespect. We all just want to win. We just trying to figure out how to do it and trying to understand each other. My issue is that and what made me drop my video was that, like, you got to remember, like, Tim is my man. Like, I done flew to Tim's house to see him tell me about 100 artists that wasn't his. Like, Ray, I got these art, and literally he like, I'm gonna help them all. And then he say he want to do one AI act, and now people's like, we hate Timbaland. Da, da, da. I'm like, you can't. That's the problem with our community. We turn our back as soon as you do something that we don't understand. I can't even say we don't agree yet, Guru, because we're still learning about what AI is. But the only thing I will say, Tim, because you know my phone been ringing like crazy. Only thing I will say is that one person, my boy Barry, he's really my cousin, Barry Hefner. He hit me. He was like, the only problem that I have, Ray, is that these are tech nerds who don't have good intent for creators, right? This is what he thinks it is, right? And he's like, when they get one of us, then it makes it like, well, everybody can come, and they usually don't have good intent. But I'm like, we still don't know that for sure. And I was like, Timbaland is a part of Suno. So at this moment, I just got to trust my brother and be like, he know what he's doing.
You know what?
But like,
I will say this, your man is right. That's one of the things.
And I said that to him, I said, you're right.
And that's one of the things I had, you know, like, I was always
right
one.
In what sense, Tim? Explain that. Right in what sense?
Meaning that he's saying like tech people and nerds, like the way they mentality could think is like basically in so many ways could be culture vulture, right?
Yes.
And basically, you know what I'm saying? So, but it's when I really dive into it, it's really like a doll on steroids, right? The problem is it creates music. Now that's the only problem. Like there's a problem where, you know, about how it's been trained and stuff like that and whatever. But that's like, that's a little like, I don't know, because it feels like, I don't know if it's trained off of people music. I think it's trained off of theory.
No, it's trained off of people music. So
well, tell me that. So how can you, how do you see that? Like, how do you?
So here's what it is, right?
Hold on, let me go to the bathroom.
When you come in with AI.
Hold that thought. Let me go to the bathroom. Hold
on. I'm gonna keep it there.
Nah, go ahead, go Guru, because I ain't gonna. I love hearing you talk.
This nigga Timbaland's crazy. But Americans love Black American. Shout out Sherry Ann. Americans love Black American music and hate Black Americans. Now they have a way to get our music without giving us money or credit. And it's like the same thing with the term. Another thing we was talking about last night was the term YN, right? How it gives everybody a lane to say the N-word without saying it, right? It's like the same thing. To add to the point you talk about, it's really the same thing with this AI. I just think about the people who have the resources and the knowledge, etc., to really know how to put this AI shit together and what they would be able to do to now create things they wouldn't have been able to create outside of that. We can't just think about only what's positive about this AI shit in music. There's a whole bunch of repercussions that could come with it too. And if that repercussion is at the expense of the soul of the art form, you can't do it. You can't do it. That's really my whole preface of like my foundation when it comes to how I feel about things that happen in music. Does it deteriorate, undermine, eliminate the soul of what this shit is? And if it does, then that's not it. You see what I'm saying? If it does, then that's not it. You feel me? And I think from that perspective, the AI shit can't really get a lot of traction, bro. I want y'all to think about what y'all thought. Think about what that battle would have looked like if Drake wins after mocking Tupac with AI. That would have flooded in a whole motherfucking nigga. They tried to do it. A lot of people forget how many AI tracks came out in the middle of that battle. They used the biggest battle in the world to test AI. AI music. They wanted to see how people felt about it. Some people really thought that those Drake songs were really Drake's. I feel like one of them was probably really Drake's and he leaked it or some shit. But anyway, and some people thought some of them Kendrick Lamar songs was really Kendrick's. You feel me? And it's like, bro, what are we doing here? We seen what a preview of that shit looked like in the battle. It's disgusting and it's messy. You see what I'm saying? This AI dilemma is low-key the battle of Satan with God. True believers understand the power and authenticity, but while we live on earth, Satan will continue to promote his AI approach. Your authenticity is too powerful. There's one dude on Twitter that was behind like 4 of the AI drops before Euphoria. I'm telling you, they got AI doing deep fakes of non-existent scenarios and read people. No, and it's the thing. This eventually is going to be used as a weapon of war. Once this shit get advanced enough, I wouldn't be surprised if it already is. And motherfuckers start putting out deep fakes of people they want to tarnish. That's when shit gonna get real. That's the type of technology they're gonna use when we hit this WW3. You feel me? It's gonna be a whole lot of if it do happen. We in an interesting timeline right now. It might not happen. But if we looking at it from like, nigga, and we want to get a nigga like, you know what I'm saying, one of them leaders out of here, just give the people on Twitter, give the people on TikTok a good deep fake of one of the political leaders doing something crazy. Niggas not even gonna take the time to do the research. It's gonna get dark, fast, like fast. And people gonna have to take time to catch up. So whoever get hit with it first is finished. That's the first niggas to get hit with that shit is finished because people gonna have to catch up. It's crazy.
Talk about it, bro. Like, keep talking about it. I want to hear.
It's trained off of people music, and so let's go through the whole thing. And I told Tim I was going to go deep on this, and later when we get off of music, and that's when I was saying it's bigger than music, right? For me, because I'm a nerd and I'm a tech dude, and I understand this whole thing. So when you say it's trained off of people music, meaning that what we do is that we take the history of music and we put this and analyze everything. We see when it's going from a G to a F to a whatever. To like, we see all of that. We see how fast it goes. We see how many times it goes. And what you'll do is eventually you're going to be able to type in and say, yo, give me a Timbo type beat at 98.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
No, but I'm telling you that you can. Because what it does is it's going to analyze your whole catalog in a day.
See, I've been breaking down the machine. It hasn't done that. I'm not gonna say.
No,
hey, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, when I first seen this comment, I started to agree with you, right? And look, they say honestly, we over the nice and healthy. Honestly, we over here sounding like our parents about computers and internet. It's here. We can't complain. We got to do something. I just taught what. Now I'm not gonna lie. I definitely agree with you when I first saw this comment, but then I thought about it. Did our parents and them really lie? Did they really lie? Look at where we are on the internet in as far as the internet goes right now. Did they really lie? You got to have a very powerful level of self-control to work with this internet thing here. Your self-control has to be on point. The internet is its own, it's really like its own portal for real. You see what I'm saying? Like, you got to really have, you know what I mean? I think that the internet is a great thing, but I also think that with anything that we create, there's pros and cons, right? And I think it's all about where are those pros going and where are those cons going and who does it hurt the most? You see what I'm saying? That's how I kind of think about what I'm for and what I'm against. You feel me? So I think from that perspective, motherfuckers wasn't really that wrong. You feel me? But I also believe that anything that we're given gonna have pros and cons, and it's all about how you choose to use it at the end of the day. It's all about how you individually choose to use it. But a lot of people still don't take responsibility for themselves and what they do. You know what I mean? It's like a forgive them for they not know what they do type thing. And even when we are aware, it's still something you have to train yourself to not consume you and control you. You feel me? We ruined us. If it wasn't for the internet, it would be something else. I mean, I have a really good feeling about where the world is going. I don't know why, but I really do. I have I've never felt like this before. I think for the last couple years, I have a very good feeling about where the world is going. I think it's going to take it's going to take some licks, you feel me? But I have a very good feeling about where the world is going right now. You know what I mean? I think for change in general, things have to be shaken and things have to be, you see what I'm saying? But I think we're going somewhere that I think a lot of us only dreamed of. And I feel so confident saying that. I feel so confident saying that. You feel me? Your mic is cutting out. Oh, is it? Is our mic cutting out, y'all? Oh, yeah. I think the shift here is that people have people have the experience to understand, especially with the last, I want to say since I've been alive, bro, it's been so many shifts in power and so much has happened over the last, you feel me, 27 years. And I think that it's all about where they're pushing this. You see what I'm saying? That's usually what it'll tell you what that usually is what's going to tell you what you want to know. And I think for the first time, I'm feeling an actual pullback against these things everywhere. Because think about it. If you think about it like this, if you believe that everything is connected, right? That means when shifts happen, everything is going to be moving simultaneously in different ways, right? You got coups being staged in Africa right now. You see what I'm saying? You got coups being staged in Africa right now. You got really right now a coup almost being staged in the hip hop industry, which is the most powerful genre in the world. Right? You got even shifts happen politically here, politically everywhere. People's minds are being changed. People want to start feeling more. People want to hear better music. People aren't accepting low quality music. People are out. I know y'all see people outside, you know what I'm saying, really, really protesting this ICE shit. Really, really protesting this ICE shit. You see what I'm saying? And I think there's a collective shift happening where things are about to be flipped. You see what I'm saying? So I think we're moving somewhere very, very interesting for our times. But it's going to take a lot of fuckery because that's how shifts happen. You got to shed the old thing to bring in the new thing.
Are you saying it will go there?
No, Tim, you gotta understand that we at the beginning of this. We at the beginning. So imagine back in the day that we sent people to the moon with a computer that is not as powerful as your iPhone. And that's why I said, if you want me to get deep, I'm gonna get deep. But
I want to hear your thought. I want to hear your thought on it. Yeah, and then
us as engineers understand Moore's law. Moore's law says that the computing power is going to double.
You mean quantum? Double. Yeah, I know.
No, not quantum. Is just the computing power is just going to double every 6 months. It's going to get faster and faster and better and better. Now, when we get into AI, we understand a situation where we're analyzing what we do. So I can sit there and analyze everything about a Timbaland beat.
Yo, Timbo be looking at everything.
Yeah.
I'm saying you.
I'm sorry, Guru. I'm about to interview Moray. I'm about to get off, but he's like, you got Timbaland? I'm like, you want to say what's up?
What's up, OG?
What's up, Poppy? What's popping, brother? What you up to?
That dude right there, that's Young Guru. That is the legendary.
Nah, listen, Timbaland is legendary, bro. What Timbo really put me on, bro. This was the first call I got when Quicksand came out.
See Timbaland, see my Guru, and they be saying like Timbaland is doing.
Before anybody called me, Timbaland said, "Let me tap you in." I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I appreciate you, brother. No bullshit.
Is that the computer should never be able to do what Timbaland do, because you're always going to be creative and learn and do more things. That's why I'm saying to you that you have to really think about what it means when somebody's scanning and analyzing the history of music and saying, okay, I'm going to take that. And when somebody types in and when you're prompting, all you're doing is talking to AI. And let's be specific. AI is not really intelligence. It's really only taking what we do and making it extremely faster. So I can analyze all of it. It's the same way you'll look at these kids and they'll do a YouTube video and be like, here's how you do the J Dilla beat. Here's how you do the Timbaland beat. Here's how you do the RZA beat. And they breaking down what you do, but you still copying. The same way that you were so different. The reason that Timbo is Timbo is because when we first heard you, it was the we had never heard them drums like that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
it was a new flavor and a new vibe. It was something that you created along with whatever was going on in the room with you, Missy, Genuine, Aaliyah, all of y'all. It was something that was never done before, and it impressed us. So now if somebody can copy that, it hits us the wrong way, because we like, where's the human invention in it? Where's the creativity? Where's the thing of saying, okay, we've listened to this thing for 3 or 4 months on radio. You remember that point where everybody was copying you?
They still do, man.
Everybody, right? We got tired of it, and Tim moved on. So after we get out of that phase, we get to a Justin Timberlake phase. Okay, now y'all copying the Justin Timberlake phase. And then we could go on and on. But what we're trying to do is make sure that the human emotion is still in it. To make sure that we still get to represent who we are from learning and being older. Like a Jay-Z at whatever, 28 years old or 27 on A Reasonable Doubt is different than a Jay-Z on a 4/4.
I'm glad you said this, Chin Beats, because it brings up a conversation. I might ruffle some feathers here, okay? But remember, when we in here, we want to just think as critically as possible, right? And the argument, the reason why I think it's difficult for me to accept like this type of argument, right, is because just because this shared experience is independent to you does not mean that at the bottom line it makes it okay. I don't know why people think that just because people might not be producers, that what he's attempting to usher in, or like that makes it okay that what he's attempting to usher in. I just disagree. You feel me? And I think that on top of that, when we look at it from that perspective, I don't think that, you know what I'm saying, that removes you from wrongdoing. And I'm not saying that this is wrong on an objective standpoint, just in my opinion, right? I think that it's so easy to just say, oh, y'all wouldn't understand because you're not produced. Let's do it like this, right? When you got, let's say, a a Donald Trump, right? You might not agree with what Donald Trump talking about, but you can understand how a motherfucker who lived his life and been around what he been around would come to the conclusion. That does not mean I had to agree with that nigga. It's two different things. My empathy allows me to say, you know what? He's a human being who lived in these circumstances, and that's what shaped him. But my autonomy also says I don't got to agree with that nigga just because I understand where he's coming from. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that don't mean I don't got to agree with that nigga just because I get why a nigga who grew up in a white supremacist environment grew up to be a white supremacist. A dude whose family is tied to power gave him power to wield his alignment to white supremacy. I don't have to agree though. You feel me? That's what I'm trying to say. I wanted to really make that point because, like, him being a producer does not mean he has the all do or say to be like, I don't got to give you this. I can usher in AI and put a lot of people's jobs, a lot of people's future dreams at risk. You feel me? And give these motherfuckers an opportunity. Because think about it. If they want to control the music so much, what would be a better way to control music than AI? AI don't got its own personal thing that you got to argue with and debate about. You don't got to worry about AI having integrity or honor or anything like that. AI is going to do what you tell it to do. So that'll be the easiest way ever to control all this shit is by ushering in AI. Give it 20 years, all of a sudden it's all robots. And they own a lot of these niggas' likeness. They still own a lot of niggas' likeness. You see what I'm saying? This shit could get real spooky fast. You today, me tomorrow. Wait, what y'all talking about? At Chin? What happened? Fuck it. What happened though? I don't know what happened. But shout out to Shay Shay for the super chat. Appreciate you for real. You know what I'm saying? They type in to respond, not to listen. I mean, it's an agree to disagree thing. You feel me? If that's how you feel. But I just think from a logic standpoint and from a bottom line, does it hurt the soul of our genre? Yes or no? If it does, I don't like it.
4-4. But if I would have left it up to AI and y'all only had reasonable doubt, you would have never got to 4-4-4. That's the point.
I think we're leaving out the taste factor.
Exactly.
And also,
I mean, to be honest with you, man, it's like I think regardless of what I was trying to make, it was my taste of what I was hearing in my head.
Did you see that in my post? I said, yo, bro, you leaving out your impeccable taste. You gotta understand, I did that shit with spoons. Cause my mom couldn't afford a keyboard. I couldn't afford stuff, but it was my taste. So no matter what I'd use, I was gonna get the best because it was in me. That's what God gave me.
Tool is.
No matter what the tool is, I know how to play.
But hold on though. Hold on. So if you still gotta know how to use the tool, the training of using the tool is still part of what makes you make what you make, even the restriction of the tool. So if I could take all of jazz and I could program this thing to say, yo, here's the history of jazz music. Someone who's never touched an instrument ever in their life could go, you know what? Give me a song that's 25% Coltrane, 10% Monk, 10% this person, and put. It's like you never had the training to understand. And I'm saying jazz because that's like one of the hardest things to play. Jazz players don't play for the audience. They play for themselves. They play to show off to other jazz players.
Yeah.
To show that you can play on that level. That's a real deep thing. Mm-hmm. So to even stand on the stage at Minton's, right? And be like, yo, we taking this away from what regular jazz is and we're going to create this new thing. You had to already have the old thing to say that we moving away from that to get to this new thing. That's what make Coltrane. So if anybody can do Coltrane, it's like when kids come up to me and be like, yo, I could play Coltrane's song better than Coltrane, I'd be like, why would I want to do it? I already heard Coltrane. That's his expression,
So,
not yours.
Guru, let me ask you a question, bro. Just because
I'm gonna keep playing this, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna grab my charger.
you can fire a pistol don't make you a sniper, though. You know what I'm saying? Just because you know how to access a tool don't make you a sniper. And I think
but what I'm trying to tell you is that
like Timba.
What I'm trying to tell you is that we now have drones that could fire as good as the best snipers in the world. So you're taking away the thing of studying to be a sniper.
Right, no doubt. But
you're missing the point.
But at the end of the day,
okay, but like, does it take away? You said take it away to be a sniper, but guess what? A real sniper gonna know how to work that drone sniper because he is a sniper.
Yeah, and Tim, this is where I go back to saying that you already have. Yes, of course. If I have my choice of people who gonna work the drone, I want a sniper. But
they modeled the sniper, the drone after the best sniper.
Yeah,
the best sniper gave him that information to be.
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't. You think it's just a computer? You think they just typed that in?
No. What I'm telling you is that the best drone was made off of a program, whereas the best sniper know how to duck. He know what the weather look like. The drone don't know that. He know how to breathe. He know what the situation is. He know how to move. All of that. And you giving that information to somebody who ain't a sniper, who don't know how to work. All you doing is you saying, yo, it's people literally right now in war, it's kids playing video games. They doing like this, killing people.
The video games, they got more knowledge of being a sniper than the sniper now.
I hear that gets to the point. That gets to the point of where we at because the AI is so much faster than us. You got to understand what AI really is. You got to understand that you could put the whole of human history into a computer and somebody can have in the drone, you have the whole of war.
That's true.
Versus,
hold up, what you about to say?
What I'm trying to say is, if the nature of warfare has changed, why are we still looking at what should be? And you know what I mean? And instead of talking about what we can do about it, right? Because it's like these things are out here, and we might let.
Because of the fact that chess is a strategy. I said this before, and people got on me. Chess is a strategy game. It's not a life game. In life, you have to always remember that emotion, the change of the weather, anything can affect what you're doing in war. That's why. So if you program it for all these situations and that situation has never happened before, it don't know how to deal with it. Period.
So what I think is, I think we're going from a concept, we're going from A to Z. Right, like the inception of AI in music and entertainment.
Do you truly understand it? No, not just in music.
You know what? Hold on.
Do you truly understand the inception of AI?
Hold on. Guru, I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna be honest with you. We never seen it in our lifetime. None of us understand it. To be honest with you. This
is what I wrote down. Right. So I put the world is in the middle of one of the greatest global changes that we've ever seen in our life. Right. The world panics over job loss, changes in industries, and we've seen that part before, right? We have things like the Luddites. If y'all don't know what the Luddites is, this is people in 1811 to 1816. I'm actually strengthening y'all argument to get to my argument, right? So every time we see a change in the structure of the way that people work, the way that things happen, the Luddites was the people that was fighting against the mills in England. They was like, yo, if we have automation, my job is lost. They didn't see the new jobs that could be created from that. You following what I'm saying? I want y'all to, I'm giving you the words, but I'm really giving it for the audience to understand what this is.
No, we going deep into like.
They was like, yo, if we have automation, argument to get to my argument, right? So every time we see a change in the structure of the way that people work, the way that things happen, the Luddites was the people that was fighting against the mills in England. They was like, yo, if we have automation, my job is lost. They didn't see the new jobs that could be created from that. You following what I'm saying? I want y'all to, I'm giving you the words, but I'm really giving it for the audience to understand what this is.
No, we going deep into like the technology. I like this. This is good stuff.
So the world panics over that. They panic over the job loss and the new technology, right? So AI don't have no polarity. when I'm sitting here making these sort of things, and I'm making all my little preamps and all this shit, we talk about. I'm killed this shit, by the way. Right? It's not good or bad. It's how humans use it. So what I'm saying to you in a nutshell is like, it's like money. Money's not good or bad. It's how people use it. You could use money to do the most devilish thing, or you could use money to do the most righteous thing. It's actually understanding that the tool has no polarity. It's not good or bad. So when you introduce a new tool, obviously people are going to reject it, right? That's why I brought up this point of the Luddites. Like, so when people was doing things by hand and then people made machines, it was like, yo, what happens to my job? And people don't see that when we went from sort of like an agricultural, existence, like we just grew stuff, we traded off with each other. This before.
So, yes, I think that music and other art can be made without the element of humanity, but that's the problem. There won't be no humanity in it. I think, well, no, the human has to put it in the AI for it to create it, right? But what I'm saying is it's already at a point where artists get in these rooms and these industry execs and all these motherfuckers is already telling them what they can say, what they can't say. Try this. We're going to have this person play their part, write this part, all this different shit, right? So when you remove the person that you had to debate with, now all they just gonna do is take their original ideas or their agenda, right, and just put it into the AI, and the AI does it. The AI not gonna ask no fucking questions. You feel me?
Well, money existed, right? We traded off with each other. Then we had gold and we had all that, and people said, yo, okay, it's too much for me to carry my gold around. I need a promissory note, right? I take this gold, I put it in the bank, I get a promissory note. That promissory note is what everybody respected and said, okay, he got this much gold, so I give you a piece of paper. The paper ain't worth nothing. The dollar is a piece of paper, right? It's supposed to be backed by gold. I'm getting all of this to make a point, to say that there's always going to be human beings moving from one space to another. What I'm saying that now with AI, we are moving to a space where we are getting out of capitalism and we're getting into technofeudalism. And we're getting to a space where we're creating so much space in between the haves and the have-nots that you're actually leading into more people being broke and just this small elite group of people owning everything. And that's the problem. When I can get to a point where I don't need you, imagine you're training this thing so good that we don't need Timbo no more.
All right, so let me cut in just for a second if you don't mind. So check it out. So Timbaland, Timbaland, is my big homie, right? Mm-hmm. But I've made a fortune running car dealerships in Atlanta. That's what I've done for many, many years. And I've taken that money and I funded my dreams and have an entertainment company. And we're doing really well right now. Blase Block, partnering with Timbaland, a couple artists, XYZ. So like right now, we're talking about AI and the intersection between music and entertainment. This is what brought this conversation.
Yes.
Go back.
Hey, once again, I want to tell y'all too, there's a reason why. Yeah, right. When you say music without humanity is not music, I'm not gonna lie. There's a reason why I think Kendrick Lamar, what he's doing right now, is so important. What I think Pusha T or the Clips is about to do is so important, because I think they're about to deliver art, or Kendrick's already done it, but more art is about to be delivered that's going to take it to such a height that I don't see AI being able to mimic what Kendrick Lamar does in the way he does it. You see what I'm saying? And I think if we get to that standard where it's even difficult for the AI to keep up. Because think about it. Think about all the AI songs that came out for Kendrick Lamar and Drake. None of the Kendrick Lamar, it was like, nah, this ain't it. This ain't Kendrick. For some of that Drake shit, we thought it was really Drake. You see what I'm saying? Like, so I'm saying from that perspective, if the art keep elevating and niggas keep, you know what I'm saying? Come on. It's a lot of things that AI can't talk about or won't talk about either. You feel me? So it's like, Imagine having the industry ran off AI music, and you don't got to worry about a single motherfucker trying to say something that's going, you know what I'm saying, piss the higher ups off or sway and all types of shit. You feel me? Exactly. If we raise the frequency and standard, it won't match. It'll be rejected. We seeing it right now. The way motherfuckers is treating artists that's coming out with bullshit right now. I'm telling you, because the frequency rose. I think if Carter 6, let's do it like this. If the Carter 6 comes out in 2020, people accept it. If the Carter 6 comes out in 2022, people accept it. You see what I'm saying? But I think, yeah, he said Kendrick's voice inflections makes it hard for AI to imitate. I'm saying Kendrick got all these like, bro, it's a major war going on out here. AI may force artists to step it up. I think we've already gotten to the point where the AI, you know what I'm saying, in the music industry, I don't know, bro. How long will this frequency last? People are garbage and they usually accept garbage. I think it's going to last a while. If AI can be an artist, who's stopping it from being a fan? Ooh. That's tough. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's the amount of people who get behind this that matters. Fraud be still standing because there's a majority that backs him up. Absolutely. AI just follows an order. The elite trying to control the shift. Exactly. The elite are aware of the shift and they're doing their best to navigate the shift. I think even with giving people some, you know what I'm saying? Like they want to control the narrative of the shift. And you see that on a higher level and many levels, like even in the music industry. But that's because the music industry is connected to politics. Like, it's crazy. Why real worries AI? Like, yeah, it's wild out here, bro. All they got to do, like, you put one AI artist out for real, give it some, you know what I mean? It's wild, bro. And then you got the dead internet theory where people was interacting with themselves and shit. I don't know, bro. He said, it's all pessimist in here. Y'all are wild. People are trash, so let's just give up. Grow up, you middle schoolers. People using AI is just motherfuckers trying to play God. It's disgusting. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I think when it come to this conversation, it's pretty simple. If it gets rid or steals the soul from what this shit is, it's not good. It's not good for hip hop. I'm not saying AI as a whole is bad or whatever. I get it. In hip hop, no. Go put, you know what I'm saying? Not in hip hop. Because this shit was built off of, if you want to use pop or something, that's commercial music. But y'all can't turn everything into pop. Hip hop is its own thing. You feel me? I don't think AI artists have any room. Should have any. No, not in hip hop, bro. Not in hip hop, dog. Tim just wants to remake Aaliyah tracks. Hey. That's crazy. But hey, y'all. So I do gotta get off soon. I did want to talk about Kendrick Lamar's Toronto shows. But luckily, since we don't really have no time, I do have a video that I'm about to upload about Kendrick Lamar's Toronto shows. So y'all be able to watch my commentary on it on the video. You see what I'm saying? But I'm gonna have the homies pull up. We're gonna go live again this week. You feel me? I'm gonna start going live more often too. But yeah, I got a video on my takes on what's going on with the Toronto shows and Kendrick Lamar. We're gonna continue to watch this a different time. Okay. But yeah, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Everybody go hit the what's it called? I'm uploading that video right now, so it's probably gonna upload in like 2 minutes. You feel me? And everybody can go in there, go check it out. You know what I'm saying? Storm the comments, storm the, you know what I'm saying? All the engagement, the likes, all that good shit. You feel me? We still talking that real shit. We still talking that real shit. You feel me? We still talking that real shit. Hell yeah. Always love to see a live pop up. I appreciate that for real. Real talk. I appreciate all y'all, man. For real. I enjoy the conversations we get up here having. You feel me? Can we use AI to cure cancer, stop war, and world hunger? Hey, listen, it's all about how you use it. But I do think the problem is we don't have faith in the powers that be. And they're the ones that are going to be able to wield it to their discretion. You see what I'm saying? So that's the problem. We don't have faith in the powers that be. You feel me? And they're the ones that's going to be wielding it to their discretion. You feel me? So because of that, I don't think people going for it. You feel me? People don't support it. People don't, you know what I'm saying? I think it's going to be easy to get people to switch sides. It's going to be easy to get people to switch sides. But I think as of right now, while people still in their right minds, before they push the massive propaganda, which they keep trying to sneak it out there like, all right, here's Drake. No, okay, here's Timbaland. No, okay, here's now I'm playing. Timbaland probably really doing this on his own, but who knows? All right, who knows? I would like to, I don't know. Contact the show Westworld if you haven't already. Okay. AI in some arenas is valuable and art is dangerous. Yes, be suspicious who has it and how to use it. Absolutely. That's the whole thing. But I also believe go watch. Okay. Say less. I'm gonna check it out for sure. But there's a cure for cancer. I be feeling like there's a cure for somewhere out there for everything, man. Yes, the technology itself, some motherfuckers behind it. Yeah. But we not in a world where the people who are behind it are trustworthy. You feel me? On an individual level, it's different. But when we talk about the powers that be yielding it, that's dangerous as fuck. Especially when we know they're going to use any tool they can to keep things the way they are. But hey, he said, but if we understand what a paradigm shift is, we will remember that we have the ability to command and enjoy music by original artists. Think about the shift from theater to film. That's real. I see what you're saying. But hey, I appreciate y'all. I'm going to catch y'all later. The video just uploaded. If y'all can all go storm the video right now, I'm going to be in the comments kicking it with y'all too. You feel me? So if y'all can all go check out that video, it just uploaded. It's about the Toronto shows. I appreciate y'all and love y'all. See y'all over there.